September 1906. To celebrate a great academic and civic occasion, the city of Aberdeen is lavishly decorated. 400 years before, Bishop Elphinstone had founded the university. And now the quarter-centenary celebrations are held in a city bedecked with flags, bunting and flowers. The principal buildings of the city are transformed. His Majesty's Theatre, the South Church, the Public Library. The colonnade which fronts the churches of St. Nicholas is festooned with red, white and blue bunting, flowers and crests. The culmination of the celebrations come with the visit of King Edward VII and Queen Alexandra to open the new extension of Marischal College. Here their Majesties are seen entering the royal carriage at Holborn Street Station, soon after a salute of 21 guns had heralded the arrival of the royal train from Ballater. Now there begins the first state visit to the city of Aberdeen since 1866. The royal carriage moves on. It turns into a beflagged grey street on the first stage of its journey. At the end of a 2-mile drive through the city's principal streets, the procession arrives at the entrance to Marischal College. There, awaiting their arrival, are the Chancellor, Lord Strathcona, the Rector, Lord Treves, and the Principal of the University, the Very Reverend Marshal Lamb. Her Majesty steps out of the carriage, and now the King. He takes off his greatcoat, revealing the full-dress uniform of a Field Marshal. The Chancellor comes forward to welcome his Sovereign and his Queen to the University. Now they turn to exchange greetings with Principal Lamb. And the party goes through the carpeted entrance to stairs leading to the royal platform specially built in the quadrangle. The Principal, after welcoming their Majesties, spoke of the new buildings. In these, he said, the sciences would be taught, and much space devoted to scientific research. After his reply, the King opened the new buildings with a golden key. Then the audience of 5,000 in the quadrangle joined in singing the 100th Psalm, and the Dean of the Faculty of Divinity offered a prayer of thanksgiving. After the tour of the new buildings, their Majesties leave the college. The Principal, the Chancellor and the Rector, attended by the 2 sacrists, accompany the King and Queen as they re-enter the carriage. They drive along Broad Street and into a brilliant sunlit Union Street, and so to the entrance to the town house. There, standing in the shade of a tartan canopy, waiting to receive them, are Lord Provost Lyon and the Lady Provost. Inside the townhouse, the Lord Provost read a loyal address of welcome, and after the civic luncheon, the honour of knighthood was conferred upon him. Among the guests at the luncheon was A. Marshal Mackenzie, the architect of the new Marischal College. Meanwhile, the crowds wait to cheer His Majesty on his return journey. And while they wait, they see 350 veterans march proudly to the music of their pipe band to take their places lining Union Terrace. Some of these old soldiers wear the medals won in the Crimean War and the Indian Mutiny. Among their ranks are soldiers who enlisted before 1840. The luncheon over, their Majesties leave the townhouse. His Majesty pauses for a moment to acknowledge the acclaim of the loyal Aberdonians. The captain of the guard awaits the signal to move on. The use of a motor car by the officer in charge of military arrangements draws a special cheer. And the cheering mounts as the cavalry escort and the royal carriage pass along Union Terrace. The sound of the pipes dies away, and it is the military band of the Gordon Highlanders that is heard as the guard of honour provided by officers and men of the Royal Navy arrive at the joint station. And now the royal carriage comes into view again, nearing its destination, the station where the royal train awaits their Majesties. The royal visit is over. The cheering subsides, and the guard of honour marches off. The Aberdonians of 1906 return to their daily ways. A chapter in their city's history is ended.